Good morning again from the city of Herne, and we'd like to show you an interesting place. You have heard a lot of Dortmund, Essen and Bochum cities in our neighborhood, and probably we are something like a hidden champion here, and I'm leading you to this place that we want to present to you today. So first view on the city, it's again, now you're really in the geographical mid of the RUHR area, the metropolis. Of course, as everybody said before, the ways to you, to Benelux, are quite short. We have a lot of contacts already, and we like our friends that are investing in our city already, and probably we are interested in having more contacts and coming closer. So when you ask what is Herne about and what is in the neighborhood, we know that especially the male friends are more keen on bigger events and knowing us from football. So we are the city in the middle of the three main and most known, well-known traditional football clubs, Schalke, Bochum and Dortmund. But of course, there are some other habits like the airport in Dortmund or the international airport in Düsseldorf or the central Oberhausen, which is quite well known by everyone. So the city of Herne has a population about 160,000 in the area, only with about 51 square kilometers, so it's quite small in the size. We are the third densest living area in Germany. We have more than 5,000 companies already, and our focal industries, logistics, healthcare and construction industry. This is a little bit what we say it's traditional. So we have a master plan, as probably every city has, but the structural change that we are following now, it's quite interesting. So the main focus that we are looking on is mobility, energy, and the joint ventures of business companies and science. And if you ask us, and you can read about, is our strategy about urban, digital, and international change. So since Lord Mayor Dr. Duda, that you saw at the beginning, started in 2017, he could collect an investment amount of 2.4 billion euros, so in German language 2.4 Milliarden euros, so that there is no misunderstanding. But for our city, as I said, it's a little bit smaller than Bochum, Dortmund, Essen. I think it's a good sign that everybody is interested now in our transformation. We are focusing on the plan that we call, we want to be the international technology world coming back to the city. And that is our main topic. And our main topic will take place at 4 industrial sites at some places. So I'm not really talking about housing today. Han Joosten said that we have big interests in renew that market. That's true. We already working on that. So on your next presentation, I can give you some more details of what we are doing on housing projects in our city. But here you find our commercial change. So I start with Blumenthal down in the southwest, an area about 15 hectares, but you see the availability is 2024 starting. And the Forell-Quarter with 9 hectares, it's starting about 23. But we have 2 places that are quite interesting for those that are interested in investing now. It would be the Shamrock Park, where there is a private owner that has a lot of small packages for investors and interests. And there is a public partner, us, in the north of Herne. That's what we call the area between Kassel and Waterfront with the Forell-Quarter. So here we have about 7 hectares and we already started the development. So we get deeper into our Forell-Quarter. You see it as a whole one, a little bit enlightened. And maybe you see, as I'm pointing at something, that is our water castle. And between the water castle and the northern water, excuse me, so now you have the laser pointer. Here's the castle, and you see, of course, the waterfront. And the whole project is a little bit bigger than the 7 hectares, but we are able to start right now with these 7 hectares. I'm going a little bit deeper inside. The positive things about is in the north, you see in this mint-colored tone, we have the Emscher Promenade, which is a 100-kilometer long foot and bike way from Westphalia to Lower Rhine, from Münster to Düsseldorf. So quite interesting for those that like to travel with the bicycle to work or being on tourist interests. It is the biggest European renaturation project with together 5.5 million euros. So there's a lot in the refurbishment of old infrastructure running at the moment. If you have a closer look at the detail of our site, you find that we have an underground station by footwalk. It's only 150 meters. And the interesting thing is that you just heard of Mark 51 in Bochum, and we go with our underground campus line directly to the Ruhr University. You see in 24 minutes. You are stopping in between at the station of Herne in 3 minutes or at the station Bochum in 80 minutes. So here you get a clear impression that we are really talking about neighborhood, about friends in our neighborship, and the opportunity to have and use all the infrastructure of the metropolitan Ruhr area. So, of course, you see at last a small hint that you have the junction just 300 meters away, and you're connecting to the A2 directly to the Netherlands in 5 minutes, or the A40 to Venlo in 12 minutes, and the north-south direction you see just here in the animated section. So we had a closer look at the 7 hectares. We divided in 3 sections. We call the first one waterfront because we have a chance to get directly to the water line. We are interested in the topic of leisure industry, hospitality, or as well as offices with light production. We are open for the ideas because we know that sometimes the change will take place if somebody else is looking at it. So that's the reason why we're so much interested in having new impacts from you as our friends from the Benelux. In the middle part, we have office maybe with retail. Retail, that means not, of course, that what we find in our cities, but there's a big chance to have a certain look at that. And of course, here as well, maybe combined with number 1, some investment. The Castle campus, the Castle is down at the right with our local football stadium. Here we have left 25,000 square meters. The rest is already being marketed. And so this is really a place, a very nice place, as you saw before, in the heart of the Ruhrgebiet area. And maybe we come together with your interests and our place that we can offer. So I'm quite quick. You can contact us, as you have heard, over the channel after the presentation, or you just get in contact with us. Maybe me, we are LinkedIn, and yeah, we see us again then in Herne. Thank you very much.